Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is facing one of the biggest political challenges of his career. Polls suggest he could lose the next election. He's also still standing trial on corruption charges that have followed him for years. Yet, despite mounting political pressure, Israel's genocide in Gaza, raids in the occupied West Bank, and wars with Lebanon, Iran, and others continue. Critics say that's no coincidence. They argue Netanyahu's political survival has become deeply intertwined with a state of permanent conflict. But many analysts believe that even if he leaves office, the ideology he helped shape may outlast him. Some critics refer to this ideology as Netanyahuism. It's a political doctrine built around permanent armed mobilization, opposition to Palestinian statehood, and the belief that military force is the best way to manage regional threats. Supporters argue that Netanyahuism has strengthened Israel's security. But critics say it has normalized endless wars and made political compromise increasingly difficult. In October 2025, Netanyahu appeared in a Tel Aviv courtroom to testify in his long-running corruption trial. Less than 2 hours later, he left, saying regional security demanded his attention elsewhere. The trial, which began in 2020, has been repeatedly delayed amid Israel's endless wars across the region. Critics argue that the wars have helped postpone political and legal reckoning, even if they have not restored public confidence in the Israeli prime minister. For years, Netanyahu presented himself as Israel's indispensable security leader. But recent polls show his coalition struggling to secure a parliamentary majority. Part of that challenge stems from the coalition he built to stay in power. His government relies heavily on far-right parties, whose support is essential to maintaining a majority. Those allies have consistently pushed for more aggressive policies in Palestine's Gaza and occupied West Bank and in Lebanon. Among the most influential are National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir and Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich. Both have become symbols of Israel's far-right shift. Smotrich oversees areas connected to illegal settlement expansion in Palestine's occupied West Bank. And Ben-Gvir was convicted multiple times for offenses including racism and supporting a terrorist organization. Beyond inflammatory rhetoric, the two politicians have been charged with crimes against humanity by the International Criminal Court, whose chief prosecutor applied for sealed arrest warrants for both men in May. Critics argue that Netanyahu's dependence on figures like this has made it increasingly difficult for him to change course. But the bigger question is, what happens if Netanyahu loses power? Current polls suggest opposition figures such as former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett could return to office. Yet analysts note that many opposition parties share similar positions to Netanyahu when it comes to Palestine, illegal settlements, and the military's use of force. This raises a deeper question. If Netanyahu leaves, does Netanyahuism leave with him? Or has the ideology become embedded in Israel's political system itself?